Hello friends, I'm Kayla. There comes a time, usually in spring every year, where I don't want to read the things that I'm supposed to read. I have so many video projects, I have so many books on my TBR that maybe I'm overwhelmed and I don't want to read any of them, and I just want to do a silly little scavenger hunt and read something else. I've been going through this list of prompts for years. I pick a book by the end. There's like 10 prompts that lead you to a different book on your shelves, and then at the end, I pick a book and I tell you that's what I'm gonna read. There's not even reading involved normally. This time around, I decided I wanted to do the prompts, but not in the same order, and I would just put them in my TBR jar and then pick them from here and go wherever the wind blows me. If you've never watched one of these before, that's okay. You'll get into the groove of it. If you want to do this yourself, the prompts will be listed down below. Maybe the ones that you want to choose will be slightly different. They can fit more perfectly with your shelves. I have to go with the one with the heart on it first because this is the one that always kicks it off, and it would be difficult to make the other ones work in that way. I also have to end with a pink because I want to choose something on my TBR, and some of the prompts lead me to my red shelf. And this first prompt is going to do the same thing. Here it is. Grab your favorite book and flip to the acknowledgements. The first name you see, find a book by an author with the same name. This is where we start, because since I do this every year, I can choose the book that was my favorite from the year prior. Not my all-time favorite book, but from this time, 2023. It's gonna be over here in nonfiction. My shelves are a little bit messy. I will find it. We've got A Little Devil, what? A Little Devil in America by Hanif Abdurraqib. It's funny because when this was on my favorites list, I remember a couple people saying, like, I was surprised there was nonfiction on your favorites list. Because I remember getting the exact opposite comment last year, the year before, when people were like, oh my gosh, I can't believe there wasn't a nonfiction on your favorites list. I feel like I have had nonfiction since like I started BookTube. Every single year, like something ends up there, and this was my favorite of the year. What's the next prompt? Do you want to know what this is about? It's an essay collection, celebration, praise of Black performance. And now I can do any prompt next. We're gonna do this one. You can take a look before me. What on earth does that say? Find a book published the same year? Okay, that's easy. And I can stay at this shelf, or I can go to my TBR shelf, or I can go to my TBR closet. I kind of hope that I'll end up in my TBR closet at the end, because, well, I'll talk about it in a second. When was this published? 2021. I don't know, probably like 100, 200 of the books here are 2021. How do I remember? Let me think if I can remember my favorites list from 2021. I figured I would scroll my Instagram rather than flipping open books. And here's my favorites list from the year. We've got, see, 2 nonfictions, a sci-fi, a horror, fantasy, thriller, horror, fantasy. I wonder if I can find Dune. I know it's not forward facing because it's ugly. If you're ugly and small, you don't get to be seen. Wait, that wasn't published in 2021. You absolute idiot. I forgot the prompt. Oh my gosh. Okay, My Heart is a Chainsaw. That was published in 2021. Yeah, Stephen Graham Jones. Incredible. Horror. What's gonna be the prompt for this one? I hope it's not the cover related one because there's like nothing on it. Sorry if this is an annoying noise. I didn't think about that before putting on rings. Have you ever been at like the hairdresser and she's just like jangling around in the sink and it's so loud? Sorry, I'm just trying to pick like the right color. I just did green, so let's do pink. Do you want to look at it before me again? Find a book blurbed by an author who blurbed the one that you have. Okay, this is great because I recently realized that Fantastic Fiction, the website, has an area where like it tells you about the author and their books and the collections they've contributed to, but it also has this area where you can find things they've recommended and their favorites. And this is actually cool because I've never looked at Stephen Graham Jones's list, but I did a whole video series where I was reading books blurbed by authors who blurb my favorite things, and Stephen Graham Jones was in that list. And if I knew that this website had that feature at the time, it would have made that whole video experience a lot easier. Now, obviously this prompt is not gonna work for everyone because you would have to have you would just have to own a lot of books in order to find something blurbed by somebody. Oh wait, I'm not looking for Stephen Graham Jones. Oh my God, I messed it up again. Why am I like this? I'm supposed to find a blurber. I wrote this prompt. The blurber, find something else they've blurbed. So on the back, it's Almakatsu. And on the front, it's NPR. I'm sure there'll be something that she has blurbed. Ooh, This Wretched Valley. I really want to read that. Pale House Devil. Is that the one that I have the arc of? Oh no, it's Fever House. Whoa, that was weird. And Boys in the Valley. We have to go to my TBR closet for this. Fun! These two books are no doubt... Oh my god, that hanger? Don't embarrass me like that. And my strawberry robe. Come on. These two books are no doubt anticipated by me and should be on my TBR shelf, but I haven't read the first chapter of either, so they're not allowed to be there. They're in here. I was gonna say, where in here? Your guess is as good as mine, but this one was actually right at the top because I pulled it from a recent book haul that I did. I'm gonna go with this one just because the other one, well, the other one I can't find, but I was gonna say, I don't want to pick it because there's like, again, nothing on the cover and I don't want to get the cover prompt. Maybe my mom has it actually. Back to the scavenger jar. What are we gonna pick that we have to do Boys in the Valley for? We're gonna do green, and the prompt is flip open to a random page, close your eyes and point to a word. Find a book with that word in the title. Ah, that's one of my favorites. Actually, that's the prompt that usually ends the challenge. That's how we pick the final book. So who knows what the last one's gonna be this time. Okay, Boys in the Valley. Feel. Oh, feel. Okay, here it is. Just so you know, I didn't cheat. Why would I cheat? No idea. Feel. Feel. I feel like there must be a book called like feels like home, feels like... I'm just gonna stare at my TBR shelf for a second. You'd think my eyesight is getting worse, but I just had an eye appointment 2 days ago and apparently my prescription is the same. Feel... Nothing's coming to mind. There's gotta be a romance, like feels like magic. Let's go back to my red shelf. Oh, Love Light Farms. Funny Feelings. I unhauled that actually. Actually, I haven't technically unhauled it. It's just in a bin of stuff that I've been putting off. Is there anything else? I don't want to dig through that. Feel. Ooh! The Way You Make Me Feel. What a pretty cover. So far we've gone from nonfiction to horror to contemporary romance. I barely remember what that one's about, but I gave it a 3 or a 4 star. Now let's end up in like a fantasy or sci-fi realm. Let's see if we can do it. The next prompt will be, oh my gosh, everything's stuck. Find a book with the same number of pages. Easy. Here's the prompt. Here's the last page. Don't look too closely or you'll be spoiled. 319. That is such a normal amount of pages that it should be easy. We said fantasy. Let's go. No, this feels too thick already. 370, 270, 270. What's happening? 360. I'm absolutely terrible at this. Maybe if I hold it up to other books, I'll be able to figure it out. Ooh, this one looks close. 324. Okay, my method is good. Oh, Leech is 322. Ah, 319. I had to go outside of fantasy a little bit. I think this is the first time I've ever done this without the help of Goodreads. Also, these covers look beautiful side by side. The Book of the Most Precious Substance by Sarah Gran. Strange little horror. And now Sarah Gran is gonna take us, oh, I have two. Take the most common letter from the title and find an author whose name starts with that letter. This is a new prompt I just thought of. Of course, I had to do it with the longest title of the entire video. I think it's O, because I can see we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We also have B twice, S 4 times, T 4 times, E 4 times. Okay, it's O. I have to find an author's name that starts with an O. That's kind of a challenging one. Let's go back to my TBR shelf because we haven't been there in a minute. Nobody instantly came to mind though, so this might be a mistake. Do you think I could do the first or last name? I think so. Oh, there's an O. Title. Oh, Otessa. Hey, that was fast. Eileen by Otessa Moshfegh. This. I need to dust my bookshelves. And I forgot my prompt jar again. What are we doing next? Find a 5-star book with the same colors on the cover. It sounds easy because the cover's black, but it has a little bit of red. So I have to find something that's black with a little bit of red. Back to the red shelf. I'm getting my steps in. The good thing is my shelves here pretty much only feature 4 and 5 stars, at least the ones that are facing out. So it's not, except for these. Don't look at these. The first one I'm gonna pull is Dead Mountain. Am I correct? Yes, technically, but I don't think there's enough red. So we'll come back to this if I can't find anything better. I think we need to get to horror again. Or thrillers. If we touch the thrillers, we've got, oh, this wasn't a 5-star. Thinner was not a 5-star. Final Girls was not a 5-star. Kayla, pull something that actually works. Why did I think mystery thrillers? I rarely give them 5 stars. Am I okay? Ooh, was Misery? No. There's like blue and stuff. The Chain would have been a good one. Not a 5-star. Ooh, Gone Girl. Black background, red title, little bit of white. Incredible. Here's the current state of our journey. And what's Gone Girl gonna take us to? Let's see. Find a book you would recommend that is similar. This was the perfect prompt that I could have gotten because I just had to select a 5-star. This order could have gone very poorly. Ooh, and I know what I'm looking for too. If Gone Girl really worked for you and the twist and the turns and this marriage that's like confusing and complex, I think Look Closer by David Ellis would definitely appeal to you. It has more characters, it has more twists and turns. It's a more recent release, so maybe you haven't been spoiled for it. It's a good like 450 page one too, so there's a lot going on. And that is my recommendation. Now, Look Closer. We have a lot of pink still in here, which is good because I have to end with pink, but we can afford to use one now. Ah! What is it? What is it? Find another title with the same number of letters. No problem. I can count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Where should we go? Do we stay here? Do we go to the TBR shelf? 10 letters. Is the Honey Witch? Oh no, it has the in it. Oh my God, why do I still have this? I meant to give it back to the library. 10 letters. Fairy Tale? No, that's 9. Where I End, also 9. Little Eyes, L-I-T-T-L-E-I-Z. How embarrassing. Okay. Little Eyes by Samantha Schweblin. I haven't read this yet. I read the beginning, the first chapter. And let's go ahead and pick the last green prompt because it matches. No, it doesn't really match the cover, but let's figure out what I wrote. Go to page 50. Are there even 50 pages in that? Line 5, pick a word and find it in another book's title. Page 50, line 5. Okay, yeah, this is 230 pages. What was I thinking? Here we have page 50. Line 5 reads, "You mess with me too, Colonel," and he bent down again to blank. Oh, I could have picked Hellbent if that was on my TBR. I want to choose an interesting one, so not you, me, or two. So I could go with mess, down, or again. Mess? I can think of so many songs with mess in the title. I don't know that I have any books. Down, though, I definitely have Down. Down Among the Sticks and Bones is what came to mind first. I can't find that one, but another one just popped into my head. I wish I could remember what the last 2 prompts are because then I would like pick a book that I think would be conducive to the prompt. I feel like there's still a cover related one. So I'm gonna go with When the Tiger Came Down the Mountain because it's beautiful and there are tigers. So let's see what we've got. Find a book on your TBR with the same colors on the cover. Okay, well that should have been the last one. Didn't I already do one like this? Find a 5-star book with the same colors on the cover. Oh, okay, so this was finding a 5-star. This one is finding one on my TBR. What the heck is the last prompt? Now I'm scared. Off to the TBR shelf. Same colors. Orange. Surely I can find an orange book. Oh, right here. Oh my God, literally the first one I grabbed. Gold, orange, black, Faybound. Oh my God, I should have, oh, this should have been the last prompt. I would have loved to read this. Okay, no, but actually I have this planned for a different video, so that would have been a bad idea. But how exciting if I got to read Faybound. It wouldn't have been in this video anyway, it just would have been the first chapter because that's what I'm planning. But okay, what am I doing with Faybound? I wrote these prompts 10 minutes ago. The way that I can't recall what this one is, but it's gonna choose what book I read. Okay, I'm ready. Do you wanna see it before me? Can you see it? Pick something. Oh yeah, it's another cover related one. Pick something on the cover and find a book with that thing in the title. What do you mean in the title? That's such a hard one. Okay, at least there are some things to choose from. There's a moon. There's trees. There's oh my God, there's leaves. There's sun, stars, mountain, roots. I could probably even go with the color orange. I think this is clouds, like the clouds, everything's connected. Oh my God, this cover. Is there anything else? Can I do, well, it doesn't matter, there's nothing there. Find a book with moon, stars, sun, mountain, tree in the title. Let's go to my TBR closet. I'm petrified. Once again, a song came to mind before a book. That one that goes, and the stars and the moon, oh, I swear. What song is that? Apparently it's a band called All for One. I've never heard of them. Should I just start saying things out loud? Lunar, there's lunar, pretty, early, orbit, the ghost tree? I've got the ghost tree. Oh no, we're gonna have more than one option. I feel it. Let's look back here. Star flight. That's an option. Oh, an arrow to the moon. Oh, a good scent from a strange mountain. Hunted by the stars. Hunting by the stars. Now I'm just making a mess. Oh wait, Hawk Mountain. Hawk Mountain. I have to read this year. It's blurred by Paul Tremblay. Did I know that? Oh my God, and it looks so good when you put it next to Feybound. Okay, let's do it. Oh my gosh, let's do it. I don't even wanna, sorry if you just got hyped about me picking one of these. Yes, I wanna read them. Obviously, I own them, but this is just calling to me. So here's the journey that we went on in this video. Wait. Can't remember what I just filmed. I can't remember what just happened. So I'm trying to remember what I said at the beginning for the first prompt. Because at this point, either everybody already realized I made a detrimental mistake in the very first moment of this video, or it slipped past you the way it slipped past me. Because I just grabbed all the books and I was gonna go, here's the journey we went on. And I couldn't figure out how I got from the first to the second book. What I was supposed to do was grab my favorite book. See, I can't remember if I said it out loud. I was supposed to grab my favorite book and go to the acknowledgements, is what this says, and find the name of somebody, and then find a book by an author with that name. But instead, I got distracted by what I wanted to talk about nonfiction, that I just pulled another prompt and found a book published in the next year, which was My Heart is a Chainsaw. So I technically skipped the first prompt. So now everything is null and void, and should I start over, or should I flip to the acknowledgements and hope we find a Stephen, and then everything is fine? Oh no. Ben, Maria, Felix, Eilette, Shauna, Kaylee, Aaliyah. Well, I accidentally, I don't know, cheated at my own challenge. What do I do? Do I scrap the video? Do I just go on with it? Can I tell you, I already actually canceled this Wednesday's video. This was my backup video because yesterday's video I filmed and I hated it. I guess we'll just pretend this never happened because the journey is still valid. I started with a favorite book, found a book published in the same year, found a book that somebody had blurbed both of those, found the word feel, took me here, found a book with the same number of pages, found an author whose name had the most common letter. That took me to a 5-star that looked similar. That took me to a book I would recommend. That took me to something with the same number of letters in the title, which took me to the word down, which took me to a book on my TBR with the same color, which brought us to a book with mountains in the title. And now I'm gonna read the first chapter of Hawk Mountain and just tell you my first impressions, and I will finish it by the end of the month because it is on my hard TBR for 2024. And the reason I wanted to pull something from my TBR closet is because I wanted to tell you about the first chapter, and everything on these shelves I've already read the first chapter of in a whole long ass video. So I'll be back and I'll tell you what this is about. All right, I can't lie, I'm pretty intrigued. I didn't just read the first chapter, I read the first 4. But technically I didn't read 4, I read 8 because the repeat for different timelines. So we have 4 and then we have 4 again. We're following these 2 kids in school, Todd and Jack, and they have like a tense relationship. I don't really understand. They don't get along. It kicks off with them like almost getting in a fight, but I don't think we truly know like what built up to it or where we obviously don't know where it's going to go because that's the narrative that we're following. But then in another timeline, we're following them as adults and they've just encountered each other for the first time in like, I don't know, 10 years. And Todd is on the beach with his son Anthony, who's 6, and their encounter is just a little bit weird because he's like, oh, do you live here? Like, where's your kid's mom? And he's like, shh, we don't talk about that. And now they're reconnecting, and it's implied that maybe one of them has been following the other and like trying to connect with him. But now we're following both timelines back and forth every single chapter, which is just very intriguing. I would say after the first chapter, just them meeting on the beach, that would have gotten like, I don't know, a 6 out of 10 if I were reading it. But the first chunk that I've read now, I'm giving like an 8 because no action has happened, but I'm just so intrigued. The writing is strange. It's like making me feel uneasy, but I don't think this is horror. I just think it's odd. Paul Tremblay said I couldn't look away even when I was looking from between my fingers. So I think it's just their relationship that feels like very tense the entire time. And I just want to know like what on earth it's going to build to, what we're going to learn, how we're going to feel about these characters. Is something really bad going to happen? Is something really intense going to be revealed? Like what the fuck is this book? Sarah Gran, who I also held up a book from during this, blurbed it. A flawless meditation on the fruitless but eternally human effort to kill off the parts of ourselves we cannot love. I'm only 32 pages in, but that is 10% of the book. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and read this next. My reading month has not started off well, so I just needed something before I kick off like my next vlog. So look forward to my review if you're interested in this. I mean, I guess I kind of picked a book that I don't think many people have heard of compared to a lot of things on my TBR. So maybe you're not excited that I grabbed this, but you can if you are looking forward to my review at the end of March. So thank you very much for hanging out with me on this Wednesday, and I'll see you on Sunday with something else. Bye!